Yeah, it's your man Diggy Smalls from the Chaos Crew, the best commentator on all of YouTube. Yeah, I said it, but you know I'm right. Just like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my sights.
What's going down, everybody? It's your man Pro Diggy from the Chaos Crew, but you could call me Diggy if you like. And I'm bringing you another kind of quick tip / informational type video today. We're going to be talking about the grip attachment. Now, I did run some tests on SMGs and ARs. Basically, what I did was I picked the two worst SMGs and the two worst assault rifles as far as recoil goes, and you're actually going to see it. I put a little myth to rest here after I give these kids the big fat D stain right on their forehead, get a little three-piece. But basically, in this clip coming up here, this is the MTAR without the grip attachment with hipfire. And up next, you're going to see it with the grip attachment with hipfire. And some people seem to be under the impression that the grip actually helps with hipfire. It does not help at all. Now, it looks like the grouping is a little bit tighter, but it really isn't. I think it's just a variable in the game coding that the hipfire pattern is not going to be identical. It's always going to be a variable regardless, because as you can see here, I'm using the MP7 without the grip, and then with the grip, and the without actually ends up being a tighter spread. So like I said, I don't think that it makes a difference. It's really just a kind of a variable. The without grip had a tighter spread on the MP7, but then with the TAR it had a tighter grip. So like I said, I think it's more just like a variable type thing. The grip does not affect your hipfire whatsoever. What the grip does affect, however, is your recoil. Now, what I did was I chose the two worst SMGs as far as recoil goes and the two worst assault rifles. First up is the MP7, second will be the Scorpion, and then when we get into the ARs, we're going to be looking at the SCAR and the AN94. But as you can see here, the MP7, I took this from my best SMG video. You saw the recoil there was pretty bad. So now we're going to throw a grip on it and see what it does. From what it seems, as far as I can see, is like with the tests that I've done and everything like that, it seems that the grip will reduce the recoil spread somewhere around the neighborhood of 50%, so about half, which is actually a drastic improvement. As you can see, the hipfire, or not the hipfire, the aim down sight spread of the MP7 was reduced greatly. It's not a laser beam or anything like that, but it does help quite a bit. Same thing with the Scorpion Evo, it actually helps quite a bit more. As you can see, the Evo really likes to get away from you if you don't have good recoil control, but when you throw the grip on it, it actually makes a much better spread, especially up close. As you can see, it makes it almost like a shotgun. And don't mind my phone going off there. I put it on vibrate this time, so it didn't make a noise, but it's still kind of, like, whatever. But anyway, as you can see, it reduced the recoil spread at a further range by at least 50%, and then up close, it was a much better pattern there. So up next, we've got the SCAR H, which is it's a good assault rifle, but the problem is the recoil on it is pretty bad if you tend to kind of spray and pray. With the grip attachment on it, though, it does make a very big difference. As you can see, the recoil patterns here are all over the fucking place. It drifts really high, but as soon as we throw the grip on it, this would be considered like close range, maybe medium close range, something like that. The pattern is much better. As you can see, if you were hitting like center mass, you probably would have gotten most of your shots on target and they would have been dead pretty quickly. Same thing, the further away, it does drift a little bit, but it's still at least half of what it was, I feel. It's much easier to keep your bullets on target with the grip attachment with the SCAR. Now, the AN94, actually, it made a really big difference. Once again, it's not a laser beam, it's not the FAL with fucking, select fire on it in full auto mode. But as you can see with the AN94, the recoil on it was pretty bad. Maybe not quite as bad as the SCAR. It's pretty close though. But as soon as we put a grip attachment on it, it makes a very large difference. You're going to see the grouping here is going to be much better. Everything is really kind of in one little spot there. So if you're hitting center mass, you're definitely going to kill them right away. And then the further back you get, it's actually not that bad because the drift kind of goes pretty much straight up. So if you're hitting center mass, what little recoil there is on the AN94 with the grip on it is actually probably going to end up getting you some headshots. So the AN94 with a grip is actually a fucking monster, as you can see from the test there. So I really recommend, if you guys haven't tried the grip attachment out or given it much of a chance, you guys go try it out, play with it a little bit. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully it was informational to you. Make sure you guys go check out the other 2 videos on the screen in case you missed them. But hopefully you enjoyed this. This has been your man Pro Diggy from the motherfucking Chaos Crew, but you could call me Diggy if you like. Don't forget, as always, to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my sights.